Your marketing is never going to work unless you find a way to stand out. Right now, you're not growing as much as you'd like because your message is getting drowned out by the noise. And this is the number one thing holding back most social media marketing. We simply have too many distractions, right? We have the news with the politics, elections coming up right now. We got all kinds of content in the form of social media content. We got Netflix every night. We got ads popping up all the time. We have a lot of different companies that are selling to your prospects and taking their money away in the form of just auto, telephone, etc. We also have other coaches trying to sell them into fitness or business growth. We also have people in your particular space trying to take your leads away and sell them into their own business, right? So this matters because right now you're potentially getting forgotten about, right? They're seeing you each and every day, but because there's just so much noise happening, they're forgetting about you. You might also be getting passed over right now as well because there's other people selling to your leads. They're taking their money and selling them into other projects, into other offers. And so right now they might simply be signing up with someone else. So this is basically taking away from your potential exposure and what you could be delivering as far as value and signing them up. You're also having much more difficult sales because there's so many people selling to your prospects. They have less trust. Right now, there really is a trust problem right now in the online space. And so you have to build that trust up with them. You also have to convince them to sign up with you. And you're simply not making the income that you should because there's so many distractions. So how do we actually fix this, right? Well, there's really three main ways to do this. The first two is how do we beat the noise and stand out? And the last one is how do we create our own space that's completely away from the noise? So the first one here is going to be uniqueness. So if you can actually create something that really helps you stand out in the form of a unique offer, a unique mechanism. So how do you actually help them achieve their dream outcome? Having unique content and just being a unique person. Okay, so to break this down very quickly, having a unique offer simply means that this is a new opportunity for your prospects. People do like the new shiny object. So if you have a way to stand out because you do things differently, that's really going to help you out. So if you are a part of an industry that's somewhat saturated and a lot of people are selling to your prospects, if you have a unique way of doing things, that's also going to help you stand out. Because if you're just another person selling just another version of the same thing, that's going to make it very hard for you to really break that barrier. Another version is having unique content. So can you actually have maybe a specific look to yourself, a specific background, a specific style? This will really help you stand out. And ultimately, really being yourself. There's only one of you online in the world, right? So if you can really stand out in the form of being yourself when it comes to your values, what do you like, your hobbies, and really showing yourself online and being authentic, this will also help you stand out. So the second way here is really building an authority, okay? So if you really build that connection with your audience, you deliver so much value, then you will be able to stand out just because you're building that with your audience and with those people. Behind every single member, every single subscriber, every single follower, that's a real person, right? And so if you're actually connecting with them, showing up every single day, they're going to attribute you to the outcome that you sell. So I've been building up my socials for quite a while now, and now I have an audience that's built on various different platforms. And so with this, on Instagram, I'm able to show up every single day in the form of reels, posts, stories. So I become the person that they look to if they want to grow their own school group, if they want to grow into ads and start to sell more leads online. We also have our school platform, which we'll talk about in a second, but this helps us basically hit a whole different demographic. And then YouTube is great because we can also connect with people in a deeper format, deliver them a lot more value for longer time periods, and really build some deep connection and deep trust. So that's the second way of actually building and bridging the gap and breaking through the noise is simply by showing up each and every day, building that connection, and ultimately building a lot of authority through our content. And the final one here is creating a private club. This is how we completely separate from the noise because we're going to basically create a VIP list that's going to be completely separate from all distractions. We don't want to be on the social media platforms all the time because on the social media platforms, we have a lot of people posting content. There's a lot of people that are putting up ads and distracting your leads and your prospects. So we want to create a private club. And if we do this, we basically create a moat, okay? This is actually an AI created picture, which I think is pretty badass, but I basically requested, castle with a river around it. This is what came up. But with this, we basically create our own kingdom. Okay, we have a castle right here, and the special part is that we have a river that's protecting us. We have a moat. So the moat's goal here is to basically keep out the enemy, keep out all the distractions in this case. And right now, if we were to create a private club that basically keeps people inside, there's no distractions, there's no one else, it's just you and them, that's going to allow you to basically build that trust so much faster, and you become the person that they look for to achieve the outcome that you sell. So how do we do this? Well, right now, School came out, and it's an awesome platform because we can actually achieve that private club goal that we're looking for. Okay, so we can build the ultimate trust because they're hopping on, they're joining our group, they're requesting access, and so we have that VIP sort of experience. We have a lot of credibility because we'll help you build up your group very quickly to a lot of members, but ultimately, they're also building a lot of credibility because they go in and you're going to deliver massive value through awesome trainings and a lot of different formats that you can deliver on. They're going to get massive understanding on what you do, how do you deliver, and what are the next steps to join your program. And they're going to have that path forward because a lot of times online coaches, quite honestly, aren't very clear on how do you actually take steps towards their program. What does that look like? And so people have a lot of uncertainty, and uncertainty creates doubt, which leads to no sales. So we need to create an easy format for people to follow to then join your program. So within School, we can do a lot of different things, right? We can provide massive trainings that give them so much value, actionable steps, and basically the goal here is to help them understand why you do what you do, provide massive value in the form of trainings, and also providing an easy next step for them so that it becomes a clear path for them to basically get started, get some momentum, and then the next logical step is to join your program so they can make it all the way to the dream outcome. Because right now, if you have a dream outcome of, let's say, going from point A to point C, there's probably a lot of things that you have to accomplish. Well, what you could do within your group would be simply take them from point A to point B, and for them to achieve the next part, they have to join your program, right? So that's basically the goal with School here within the trainings. We can also create a community. We get a lot of engagement, a lot of comments, people are posting, and so people get a lot of value in that format as well. And by creating that engagement and that community, you can also start a lot of conversations, okay? So you become that direct contact for them when it comes to questions or asking about how does everything work. So it becomes a very smooth process to move someone from a cold audience, warming them up within School, to then closing the deal. So that's ultimately the goal right here. We don't want to work harder. We don't want to chase leads. We don't want to try to break through the noise and force ourselves into their inbox and really try to push for the sale, right? It's very, very hard to scale that way. But instead, if we find a way to stand out, that's the easiest way for us to actually grow our business in a way that doesn't ultimately suck, right? In a way that allows us to grow with confidence and enjoy the process. So that's the ultimate goal here of growing your own School group, because you can separate from the noise, create your own VIP club, and now you can connect with your audience in a very direct way and become the person to help them accomplish the goal that you sell. So hopefully that gives you some clarity right there. If you do want to learn more about growing your own School group, we do have our own free community that you can join down below in the link below. But otherwise, hopefully this video helps you understand a little bit more about the whole enemy right here that we have in the coaching space, which is the noise. But otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you very soon.